Are you the favorite or are you the fool? That's the topic of today's Power Shift presentation. So when you're in a real estate transaction, in the back of your prospect's mind, you're probably already categorized as their favorite or their fool, who they're going to use to maybe find out where you'd price the home or how you would do your social media, but still go with their friend that they went to college with. So before we go any further, I want you to like and subscribe to the channel to receive some powerful information to help jumpstart your real estate luxury career. In addition, check the info box to get a free copy of The Power Shift. Stop chasing and start attracting luxury real estate clients. So as you approach every sales situation and every meeting with a client, you're going to naturally be categorized as their favorite or as their fool. Their favorite is the one they're probably going to go with, and the fools are the ones that are going to give all this information and maybe a price that they can give back to their favorite who's going to match it and get the deal. So I want you to stick around because I have a technique at the end that has specifically to do with the favorite and the fool that will increase your closing listing percentage by 50%, which means it will double the number of listings that you get at your listing appointments. And it's a really sneaky way to immediately increase that with very little work on your part. So let's start off with, how can you become their favorite? First of all, you can be doing things like I'm doing right now. You could be doing social media. You could be doing videos. You can be posting, your tombstones. I just closed this. I just sold that. You could be doing podcasts with hotels or with property management companies or with financial planners. You can be doing all of this and having YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn working for you while you're out showing houses and doing your day-to-day activities. The more you can do that and put your name out there, the more likelihood you'll be seen as a high status agent. Secondly, when you're talking with clients, you want to avoid neediness. Being seen as the favorite or the fool often comes down to perceived status. And what do I mean by that? So let's talk about an agent. I'm the best agent. I've been doing real estate for 20 years. You notice that the common thread there is I. Someone who talks about, I'm the expert this, I've done that. These are all red flags when you're dealing with luxury properties. Remember, at the other end, the owner or the prospective buyer, this is a successful business person or a very successful professional doctor, attorney. Maybe they're an athletic sports coach. Maybe they inherited, but they probably went to a good private school if they did that. They're not stupid. They've been pitched. Whenever they hear I, me, I'm the best, red flags go off. Here is the way you want to develop status. You, A, do not want to seem needy. You're there to help. You don't approach things like, oh, thanks for seeing me. You're like, Jonathan, let me ask you a question. Why did you reach out to me to help kind of solve this problem or to help find a house in Old Mount Pleasant for you? And then they might gonna be like, hey, Oliver, I saw some of your videos and you really seem, okay, let's see what we could do to help you out. Tell me a little bit about, and you go in with a more consultative approach. It's not me, it's about them. It's about their problems. They may say something like, I was really frustrated. What do you mean frustrated? Like, what about that is getting you frustrated? And I'm going down deeper emotionally. And as I do that, I'm past the friend zone. I'm in consultant mode. They're not viewing me as a realtor. They're viewing me as Oliver is going to help me sell my house, find this house, maybe look off market. They're viewing you in a higher status consultative. I'm not there, lucky to be having the appointment. They've sought me out. Maybe they've seen some of my social media, or maybe they've talked to a past referral client, but I'm constantly elevating my status, ironically not talking about myself, but by asking probing questions about them specifically, their concerns, their emotional concerns. How is this affecting your business? So the more you can do that, the more you're going to elevate your status and be put more into that favorite zone. And just realize the more groundwork you've laid, the more transactions you've done, social media posts you've done, past client referrals, maybe you've been direct mailing the area. The more of that you've done to lay the groundwork, that's gonna help you become the favorite before you know who they are. They literally might just pick up the phone and reach out to you. Or, I just had a referral from a past client. Hey, Oliver, it's Brooke. I'm referring you to a friend of mine. You were so helpful last time. When I get referred to that friend, I am their favorite now. I might not get the deal, but it's my deal to lose. It's not mine to get. So you want to do the groundwork beforehand with your marketing activities and your initial correspondence. You immediately want to elevate your status. You want to avoid I, me. I'm the best. I've done this. The reason you should use me. It's about what problems do you even have? How is that affecting your life? Like in a perfect world, what do you see the solution? What happens if nothing changes and you stay with where you are? And so from what you're telling me, and that's a consultative approach. So the more you can do that, the more you're elevating your status. So here is the golden nugget. I'm going to tell you a little story. If you were to call me out of the blue and ask me for a listing appointment, I would talk to you, try to find out what you're looking to do, and build credibility, find out your problem, and then maybe just get an appointment. But before I solidify that appointment, I'll say, John, let me ask you a question. And like off the record, I just want you to be straightforward with me. I have a friend of mine. He owns an air conditioning company. If he drove by my house and saw like a Fogel van or another van from a competitor, he would never talk to me again. It might be that they're there to change a $3 filter. He would be insulted. Now, this company, by the way, is Carolina Custom Air, and I think they are the premier HVAC company in Charleston. But even if they weren't, I would still have to use them, So I'm asking you, John, is there someone that you really need to use on this listing? And because I don't want to waste your time, but really, I also don't want to, I respect my time as well. And that question alone will eliminate 25, 30, 40, 50% of your appointments. So without getting any better at your sales, you've automatically increased your batting average by 50% by eliminating those appointments that you had a 95% chance of not getting. So I'm not telling you to steal my story, but I'm sure a friend of yours bakes bread that you have to buy bread from her. Or I'm sure your neighbor's son cuts the grass and they'd be offended if you stopped using him to cut the grass, even though he might not be the best edger. So I want you to come up with your own little story that feels natural because it's true to you. And before you go on your next listing appointment, you really come out and allegorically ask that prospect, am I the favorite or am I the fool? Always be operating in the favorite zone. If you're too far in the fool zone, just bail. You're not going to get the transaction. Don't waste your time. Always put the majority of your time into income producing people and prospects who are there looking for your help and who you are equipped to help. That's how you'll help them, and that's how you'll progress in your luxury real estate career. So, are you the favorite? Hopefully you're not the fool. Stick around, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on The Power Shift.